Shit. Swole fam, y'all better run this up. KD, let's go. Yeah. I East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with
He's
that
heating
gang,
up.
gang. No, we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. Yeah, you know we don't play guys. I'm blessed. I never said I didn't struggle. I finesse. I never said I didn't hustle. These niggas talk so loud, the way I move is subtle. I'm the ocean, but these niggas just a puddle. Ay, oh, I swear I'm delusional. These niggas they using me. They want my energy. Ain't nothing new. This is usual. These figures confusing me. What's gotten into me? They say I'm using their cubicles. Clipping KD like some cuticles. None of this shit is excusable. Don't need a muse when I'm musical. Ay, whoa, I'm tired of saying for truth when nobody's doing it. Yeah, they're controlling the youth. Agenda of fusing them, nigga. We losing them. Matter of fact, we just abusing them. That's a fact. We try to roll with a ballad act. Fucking low key with the Tesseract. They throwing smoke when they got it. Get the fuck up out your little bubble. They wanna ask how much it costs, I said it double. Gorilla beer, these niggas only rockin' stubble. The realest nigga make these bitches start to stumble. Aye, East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys. East Coast with that gang gang, West Coast with that gang gang, global with that gang gang. You know we don't play guys.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised. Go to the fucking gym and eat a goddamn steak.
That is not funny! Punk! You know I've been battling a weight problem for years!
Shut the fuck up, bitch!
I'll have to take your abuse!
Diabetes.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Full Normal.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 24, Hundo and 20 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexing on all you beaches.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, fam? How are we doing? Welcome to the show. Oh, I got a great comment. We got a great comment coming in already. From Matt, my phone has a different vibration for the Swole text, and I get a little erect every time it goes off.
Because
As you should. As you should. I mean, why wouldn't you? I would be disappointed if it were otherwise. Well, fam, welcome to the show. Make sure you drop in the comments down below. What are you smashing today? Hopefully you went to the fucking gym. And of course, make sure, fam, right now you are heading over, if you're not yet a member, go to swolenormousx.com and join the fam today, because not only do we have our Swole Year party coming up on not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. A week. Let's get America for that. A week from tomorrow, Thursday, December the 29th, members only, special release event and look back, and a welcoming into 2023, a look back through 2022. It's going to be lit. Next Thursday, December the 29th, join now, swolenormousx.com. Join the fam. Make it official. Join us. If you're listening and you haven't yet joined, I mean, you're a part of the Swole fam. You just haven't pulled the trigger. Join us today. Jump on those Fuck Your Resolutions specials. All right, let's say hi to the church and the Tainty Man. Let's go the Tainty Boy. Aww. He's so cute. Let's take a look at the Tainty Cam. And Tainty Cam 1 and Tainty Cam 2. We got a little church here, and she's doing great. She's doing fantastic. She's not eating any more poop, so that's a good thing. She stopped eating poop, so we're grateful for that. She's not eating shit anymore. That's fantastic. That being said, let's get into today's episode. Share the stream. We are live on all the platforms known to Schman. Make sure you are subscribed. Hit that like button, right? Thumbs up on YouTube, all that good shit, and share the stream. Share the knowledge cock. If you share the stream right now, it's like the same thing as literally dick slapping whomever you're sending it to. So share the podcast. Now let's get into it. Let's bust the nut open and get today's party started. Nah. Put some respect on it, you boosh. Oh yeah. New card, fam. Swoller every day. I'm another day older and another day swoller. All right, swoller every day. Drop it in the comments down below. Very excited for this card. It's a nice one. And Tess Hornaday is looking extra fucking juicy. All right, fam. Let's spit on it. Let's get into that tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right. Had a rogue hair. And now we got a lot of them. Look at that hair. Look at that dew. I just put my headphones back on. Should I leave it like that? Should I leave it like a hot mess? Let's go. Let's get this. God damn it. It's fucking everywhere. This is everywhere. Look at that. What is going on here? Look at that mane. Oh, the hair just gets ridiculous once in a while. It gets ridiculous after a while. Let's see. We're in that tip. Let's see here. What we got here? Is this Nancy? Nancy, what time will the end of the year party be? Right now, it's loosely slated. I think it's 5 p.m. I think we're going to do 5 p.m. That way, a lot of people or more people can be there. So we'll keep it the same time as the round table. It's not on the card right now. It wasn't on the screen, but it's going to be probably 5 p.m. That way we're keeping it consistent. So 5 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll talk more about that, and we'll make sure everyone knows what time it is. We'll send out all the alerts, and we'll have the button to join, and we might just be doing it. We'll probably be doing it like this because we got a lot to go over. We have a lot to show. There's a lot of visuals because we're going to be recapping the entire year, so it's a pretty big event. We do it every single 29th of the year, so it's going to be lit. Fucking lit. I'm excited. Swole your release party. Okay, let's get into our first Swole fan post, shall we?
What's in the box?
Post from inside the Swole fam. What we got going on? All right, here we go. We go on from Christy. Oh, that's right. It's Christmas coming up this weekend. Christy writes, Happy Tuesday before Christmas, fam. Just wanted to pop in and wish all of you a happy and healthy Christmas and New Year. Remember, there is nothing magic about January Schwam. She said January 1st, but I'm just translating. The magic is in you and the actions you take to create the changes you want to see, whether it be with weight loss, overall health, career dreams, or life in general. Like Papa Swole reminds us, starting way back in September, fuck your resolutions. Damn right, we start that shit early. We start in like September, October. Having goals is great, but assuming the new year is magic and your goals will just happen for you is very much a beesh move. Being healthy isn't a resolution, it's a lifelong daily effort that starts now, not on January 1st or next Monday or next month. If any of you in here join the fam and haven't started taking the steps to reach your goals yet, maybe you are just, quote, waiting till after the holidays, or maybe you are happy enough just looking at all the incredible content available to us, reading posts in here and on Telegram, but not taking action to do what needs to be done. Stop that shit. You know who you are, and I'm looking at you. Ooh, Christy's coming for you, beaches. Oh, good luck with that shit. Thought I'd share my Christmas card pick from this year with y'all, since I cannot mail each of you one, as well as the card picks from previous years. It's something I do each year, take my own Christmas card photo and send out actual cards in the actual mail. The gingerbread house pick is this year's card. I built that myself too. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Also, a gratuitous flex pick of me last week in the OG Swolenormous Santa tank, and me and Minnie after a long walk at the park where she herded 41 ducks into the water and dragged me along behind her. Yes, I counted the ducks. Merry Christmas, fam, and let's crush 2023 together. Bigger and better than ever. Love y'all. That's lit. Very nice. Look at that. Let's just, can we get a nice round of applause? Let's get a little nice golf clap for the gun show. The tank looks great on you. The tank is awesome. Let's just say that. The guns are even more impressive, and very nice pictures, and very well said. Very well said. Very, very well said. Fuck your resolutions. We've been saying it. It's been fuck your resolution season since September, October. So when I'm saying this shit back in September, October, everyone's thinking about Halloween. Remember all the content when I'm saying you think it's Halloween and then it's Thanksgiving and people don't care, blah, blah. Well, snap your fucking fingers. It's December 21st. Told you. Came fast, right? That's what she said. Thank you. I'll be here all week, literally every fucking day, the Daily Swole. It comes up quickly. And then before you know, it's going to be January 1st. And if you want a concept for fuck your resolutions, just imagine, okay? If you want to think about how bullshit resolutions are, how many people are talking about New Year's resolutions, or how many people are saying Happy New Year in January? You get a lot of people, right? If you haven't seen them since the New Year. So it's January 10th. Oh, Happy New Year. January 14th. Happy New Year. Last week of January, it starts to fade off a little bit. February, Happy New Year. Fucking creep. It's February. No one talks about New Year's in February. No one says that. March, who's going to say Happy New Year? June, July. Who's talking about New Year's resolutions in July? No one. You're on to the next holiday. You're on to the next marketing pitch. Whatever the fuck it is. It's nonsense. It's bullshit. If you're starting a resolution, I would say there's like probably a 999 out of 1,000 chance. Like, it's going to fail. Probably more than that. You're not attaching it to anything valuable. You're attaching it to a date on the calendar, and before you know it, it's going to be in the distant past, and it's not going to seem impactful because there's nothing attaching that. There's no meaning behind it. You need a reason. You need some structure. You need a purpose. You need a why. And it doesn't matter what day you start. In my opinion, starting on December 21st is a much better day than January 1st. Starting today, whatever that day is, doesn't matter if it's December 31st. Like, whatever the day is, start today. Can you start on January 1st? I almost think you should start. I mean, I almost think it's a bad thing to do. You always want to start today, no matter when it is. But it's just, you're setting yourself up for failure if you're starting on January 1st. It's a stupid thing. That's what people do that don't want to actually change. They just want to virtue signal to themselves and pretend and give themselves more excuses to eat shit for longer periods of time up until the first and to not really stick to anything. So most people that are going to start, like if you're saying you're waiting till January 1st, you're full of shit and you're going to fail. Pretty much. pretty much like a point, I don't know, 501% chance that you're going to stick to it. It's just a psychological weak point. It's a huge weak point psychologically. Doesn't mean it's not possible. It's just exceptionally rare and not really valuable. For those people that are successful by starting on the first, there's usually a lot building up to it, and that's good. So you can do it. You just need purpose. It just doesn't matter what day it is. If it just happens to be the first, that's fine. It's irrelevant is my point. All right. Heather. Is that how you pronounce your name? It's a pretty sweet fucking name. I love it. Greetings from the Netherlands on week 10 of the hypertrophy program now. 26 years old, 5 feet 8 inches, 180 pounds, and still gaining mass and strength. Goddamn right. Been spamming Papa so much, people in the gym start calling me Dutch Swolio. Dutch Swolio. That's fucking lit. Love the workouts and give it 11 out of 10 every time. Dutch Swolio. Fucking dude, you are Dutch. You are swole. You are Dutch and you are swole. Look at those fucking gains. Good for you. That's awesome. The Dutch Swolio. Yeah, baby. That's lit. People call me Dutch Swolio. Dope. All right. We got something that's lit. How many of you train at 3 a.m.? James says 3 a.m. rise and grind beaches. Holy crap.
Wow.
Gains aren't going to happen by themselves. Seize a day at the fucking gym. 3 a.m., James. That, my friend, is the middle of the fucking night. Jeez, I hope you're getting enough sleep. 3 a.m. What a beast. And we have this here from Matt. And Matt writes, is there any saving these people? Oh, are we putting someone on blast? Walking alone outside with a mask on while carrying some kind of fast food and clearly obese. Honestly, is there any redemption for these types of people? Are they beyond hope? I didn't know this was going to be, well, we don't want to, I mean, you can't tell who it is because you have a mask on and all that stuff. But is there any, we can talk about it though. We shouldn't be putting private people on blast that don't want to be, but at the same time, you can't really tell who it is, I suppose, from that picture. Walking alone outside. Well, if you're outside with a mask on, masks don't work. They don't work. They don't work. They do not work. You can, I don't know, cry about that. It doesn't matter. They don't work. Outside is even more stupid. Like they're useless inside. They're more useless outside. They don't do anything. Outside, like you're affecting your respiration. You're damaging your sinuses. You're breathing back in your like respiratory waste. It's not good for you. Not to mention, yeah, I mean, at least she's walking. Everyone's saying at least she's walking. That's true. That's true. At least she's walking. Carrying fast food, not good. But I guess the real question is there any redemption for these types of people, or are they beyond hope? Well, I mean, we never really want to say, okay, I'll leave it like this. You never want to say, this is beyond hope, because you never know. What if tomorrow she opens up her phone and there's some bearded psychopath saying, go to the fucking gym. And she's like, you know what? I need to go to the fucking gym. I'm tired of walking and being in pain. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of people taking pictures of me on the side of the road and saying that there's no hope, right? Maybe she changes her life. Maybe that's it. Maybe tomorrow's the day. There's a very low probability of that, but it's possible. Anything is possible. So we've talked about this before when you hear the phrase, it's never too late to start. And that's optimistic, right? It's never too late to start. But in reality, it can be too late to start. It's just the reality of the situation. Does it mean you can start from anywhere that you start? Can you make progress from any point? Can you make a little bit of progress? Let's say you start, when you're 90. Can you make a little bit of progress? Sure, you can build a little coordination or maybe, gain a little bit of strength. Not much. You're not going to reverse that clock. You're not going to really make a lot of progress. You're not going to really make a lot of changes from a physical standpoint. From a health standpoint, you're already at the end. Like the damage has been done and compounded over time. It's just like the stock market or investing. It's all about compounding. It's not like when you're 40 to 45 the reason why people's health like rapidly decays when you're 40 to 45 or 50, 60, it's because you've been doing it for 10, 20 years and it gets compounded. It accelerates. All those layers of sediment, all those poor habits just compound and lead to this type of chronic illness. So as much as you want to be optimistic and say it's never too late to start, and that's the truth, it's technically never too late to start, but it makes it much less effective. So I'm not saying this to be pessimistic. In other words, it's supposed to light a fire under your ass. It's never too late to start. That's the kind of thing that people say on the same vein as, well, if you fall off, just get back on again, or you got knocked down. It's not that you get knocked down. You want to be resilient and just keep on going after it, chasing your goals. That's fine. That's different. But, I fell off. I cheated. Limbo, I can just get back on Monday. That's a bullshit thing people say so they can justify making excuses all the time and not building discipline. I can just fuck up all the time and just get back on. Well, if you don't fuck up, then you don't have to get back on. Then you can build, it's an excuse people use. Whether it's the weekend, whether it's a holiday, whether it's your birthday, whether it's blah, 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 blah. It's just bullshit rationality that people apply to things that they want to do that they know aren't good for them. It takes them in the opposite direction and they justify it. People justify shit in all different ways. People justify evil activities. We know that from history. We know that from our current world environment. People justify a lot of really bad things or a lot of evil things. They justify it to make themselves feel virtuous or feel valuable or feel like a good person. So people, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? People justify their actions, it's for a good reason. It's a good cause. Anyway, in other words, don't fucking wait. Don't use that bullshit. Don't use that mindset. Well, it's never too late to start. I can always start tomorrow. And then tomorrow never comes. How many tomorrows would you like? You're cutting down your tomorrows. You always want to wait till tomorrow, but what if there is no tomorrow? What if because of all the bad habits you have and then you've had for the past 20 years, all of a sudden, boom, heart attack or stroke or who knows, right? You fall down the stairs and you don't have the strength or the coordination to grab a railing, to grab the wall, to brace yourself and stop yourself from falling down 10 more stairs. And then you hit your head because you couldn't stop yourself. Or you don't have that bone density. So when you fell, you just kind of like got a deep bone bruise or a stress fracture rather than actual shattering your bone. And you recovered faster because you've been lifting weights, because you had more strength and bone density and blood flow and et cetera, et cetera. Just keep that in mind. As much as it's true, it's never too late to start. I mean, you can start for a day and then die. So you can start, but that's kind of like a weak ass saying. It's never too late to start. Honestly, it kind of is. Like there gets to a point or threshold where it's like, yeah, you can start, but you missed the boat. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, don't fucking wait. Don't fucking wait. Let's get some knowledge cock going. Well, that was already knowledge cock, but I went deeper than you expected. It's a big tip, right? I mean, God damn it. You know that. It just keeps on. It's like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's like Snoopy's cock. There we go. That was nice.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
Thank you in the back. I appreciate it. Let's get a little tainty, man. Looking good. Oh. Just the cold shoulder over here. And the church. Oh my God, she's so cute. Look how tiny she is. Look at my hand. Look at that. How you feeling, mama? How you feeling? You hungry for some more poop? You gonna eat some more shit? Goddamn bitch. All right, let's take some questions. Drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. Let's kick it off with a phone call. Hunter, you are on the line. If you want to call in, askpapaswole.com. Submit your question. Hunter.
All right, so I'm trying to think, like, if I want to, like, because, like, I'm really overweight. I used to be, like, really fit. I used to play football, and I hurt my ankle, so I've been out of the game for, like, a few. But I went back to the fucking gym, and now I'm trying to figure out if I should work one body part, and then as soon as I get that body part right, move to another body part, but still work on that same body part that I just got right. but just a little bit less and focus on the other part more? Or should I just go all out with all of them?
Well, okay. Well, first off, Hunter, thank you for the bravery of calling in and, asking your question. I appreciate it. So, what you said, I'm just going to tell you straight up, it doesn't make sense.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it
Perfect
means.
opportunity for that soundboard. That doesn't make sense. You need a program. Bottom line, you need a program. You need a program with structure. It doesn't work like that. You don't just work a body part until it's worked. Sorry, a cleaning lady's here, so if you're vacuuming and stuff like that, apologies for the audio. But that's not how it works. You need a program. You need a structured program that's going to fortify all those 7 pillars. So here's what I recommend, Hunter. Go to swolenormousx.com. If you can, join us. Join Swole Enormous X. Go unlimited. You'll get access to all the programs. Join the membership. But the 7 pillars are free. So if that's out of your budget, download the 7 pillars. Start learning. Go through the 7 pillars ebook, the Beyond 7 Pillars ebook. There's 3 downloads. Go through them all. And you need to start fortifying your mind and start executing on those things you can change, like getting rid of these toxic foods, improving your habits, getting quality sleep. That's all going to make a big difference. But the nutrition, you can start trimming down fat and extra body weight by getting rid of what you're consuming, like the garbage food that you're consuming, which I'm sure is much more tremendous than you realize. So we have information on the blog. You can look up stuff about the elimination diet. We have many podcasts about it, but the 90-day dash program is fantastic. And like I mentioned, all that's available over there at Swolenormous X. Will educate you more on the 7 pillars and give you everything that you need. It sounds like you just need a structure. You need a framework, which is fine. We educate you on how to customize and personalize your training and nutrition in Swolenormous X, but you just need to have that structure because you're not aware of the fundamentals, which is fine. I mean, it's normal, unfortunately. It's common, I should say. But you need a set structure. That way you're not overdoing it. That way you start properly with good form and technique, that you're giving yourself enough time to recover, proper mobility, so you're aiding in recovery, so you're not just doing one body part until it's done, whatever that means. I don't know if you meant over at a certain time period or in one workout. In other words, we have it all there for you. So go check out swolenormousx.com. Check out the free downloads and all that stuff. Keep listening to the podcast. You could follow up with another question. You can send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Use the live chat on the website if you have any questions, if you have any things you want to follow up with. So I appreciate the question, but this is why, and some people might say, well, you're just telling people to go and, join Swolenormous X and jump on the programs. The reason I say that is because that's the culmination of all my knowledge and experience. And this is why I created Swolenormous X, is because I wanted one place for all the 7 pillars content. I want one place for all the training, all the programs, master classes, workouts, meditation, everything that's going to address the 7 pillars in one spot. And that really does answer all the questions. And the beautiful thing about the Swole Fam and Swolenormous X is that it answers questions you didn't know you had. A lot of people are going to join, like, I want to lose weight, I want to build muscle, cool. But then they never realized how important meditation was. And they never practice brain gains, and they get into it and they realize the impact. It doesn't seem like mindfulness is going to play a big role in your physical health and your strength and your recovery, but it does. They don't understand what proper nutrition really is. They don't really understand what food quality and the importance of food quality and all the other side effects, environmental factors, and et cetera, et cetera. So this is why it's created, and it's just can't answer it all in just one question. That's why Swolenormous X exists. And I wouldn't send you anywhere else because we want the best for you. So hopefully you can navigate that, and feel free to call back in. And if you have another question, like I always say, if you call in and you want to follow up, feel free to ask papaswolio.com and submit another question. Will, I've been doing 2-a-days with one workout being lifting. In your opinion, should the other workout be focused on cardio or mobility, or should it be based on preference? Preference doesn't have anything to do with your goals. It really comes down to what are you trying to achieve, and is what you're doing for that second workout going to take you closer to your goal. Preference is really irrelevant, right? You want to do what works. And if you don't like it, then maybe getting results isn't for you. A lot of people are trying to look for something entertaining. They want their workouts to be fun. You might enjoy your workouts, but I do not think it should be fun. Maybe active recovery can be fun, playing ultimate frisbee or running with your dog or something. There's a difference between enjoyment, pleasure, satisfaction, and fun. Like, it's not entertainment, right? So not that you're mentioning that, but just wanted to throw that in there. So preference, it should be based, is that going to get you closer to your goal? Cardio? Sure. You can do a lot of different types of cardio, just getting your heart rate elevated. Sauna, you could do sled, you could do jump rope, you can do yoga, you can do walking or sprints or hill sprints or plyometrics. A lot of different things you could do for cardio. Mace, club, kettlebells. There's a lot of different ways you can get cardiovascular benefits. Walking is fantastic. My recommendation, if you want to do 2 things in a day, I would recommend, if you haven't yet tried it, do lifting and then do a yoga for recovery. It's fantastic. If you want to do 2 workouts a day, I recommend one being mobility, aka yoga or mobility type training. Because proper mobility is going to be with resistance. You're going to use weights. So it might be a lot in one day to do strength training and mobility. But you could do mobility without weights. You could just do isolation. So if you're doing an upper body weight training, you could do lower body mobility. That could be a great thing. That way you're not overloading the body parts. You might want to do it on a day when you're repairing or recovering, or you're focusing on a different area to do mobility training for that focused spot. All right, let's see. Brandon Dubs in the Telegram chat. Papa Soy, can you drop some knowledge cock on collagen supplements for joint health? Are they worth taking? I don't take any. Are they worth taking? I'm out to lunch. Make it a steak. I'm out to lunch on whether or not they're worth taking. I don't think they're harmful for you unless you have impurities or you have issues processing it for whatever reason. Bone broth is fantastic. I mean, eating steaks with those like fattier, like connective tissues, like New York strip, you have like, you know, if any of you psychopaths are eating a steak and you're not eating the fat or you're not eating the connective tissue, you're missing the best parts of the steak. So the New York strip has like a unique type of connective tissue on the edge, like that spine of it, that it's very dense. That's a really good source of like collagen and things of that nature. So every different cut has different types of connective tissue depending on where it's located in the body. So in terms of worth taking, I don't take them. I've taken collagen protein before. I used to mix it into my coffee and do stuff like that, and I just kind of navigate away from it. So I don't think it's necessarily bad if you get a high quality collagen, like Vital Proteins. I know they have it. Whether or not it's really beneficial or absorbs well, I think it's hard to test those things. So I'm not really sure of the efficacy of it, but I can tell you from personal experience, I didn't notice anything bad, but I didn't notice anything like, wow, I took this and I feel so much better. I recover so much more. And I usually do that. If I try something and then I go without it and I don't notice a difference, then it's like, well, if I don't notice a difference, then it's not something that's probably making a difference. Doesn't mean it might not be helping. It could be very marginal and you might just be wasting your money. But it depends also on what you're consuming. Like, are you eating foods that have collagen? Brenda, my gal pal, just joined the Swole fam as an unlimited member. Oh, welcome to the fam, Brenda's gal pal. Let's see. She started eliminating processed crap, and in 2 days, she has seen her waist shrink. Hashtag swoller every day. That's fantastic. Now, of course, let's not sit here and pretend that it's all body fat. A lot of that's water retention and inflammation and bloating, but that has to go too. So, of course, at the beginning, you start eliminating processed sugar and carbohydrates and flours and gluten and grains and shit. You're going to lose water weight, you know, but that's important too. So just keep that in mind. Anytime you change or you get rid of a lot of processed sugars and carbs, of course, you're going to lose a lot of water weight, but that has to go anyway. So it's still a good thing, but, you know, make sure that she's not. The best part is the physical waste. Forget the scale, but the physical waste, like the bloating and stuff, that's great. That's fantastic. Tyler, is there a specific cigar you recommend for not breathing in chemicals? Well, one, you're getting in tobacco. I mean, cigars, in my opinion, are definitely better than like cigarettes or something because you're not inhaling, but you're still going to get, you know, some smoke, you know, in like absorbing through, you're going to get smoke absorption and still going to go in a little bit down there and stuff like that. You do not inhale a cigar. My God, you'll have a terrible, terrible experience. But if anything, chemicals, don't get anything that's like super like flavored or anything of that sort. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's a good thing for you. I do like cigars, but that's not something that's necessarily, you don't want to be, smoking things like cigarettes and stuff like that. But at the same time, you might want to, if you're going to, I can't tell you what to do, but at the same time, you might want to start with something, and you don't need to be 21 to smoke a cigar, right? It's 18, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not saying the sooner the better. You might want to wait on that until you are more mature because you're still a young buck. But I would recommend doing something lighter like a Connecticut, a lighter wrap. That way you're not smoking something because you can get sick off a cigar because it can be very heavy. You can get these really heavy like Maduro like cigars and it's like a drinking heavy alcohol or something. It'll really might make you feel a little bit queasy because they're very heavy, but you can get something very light. Yeah, it can be something that can be done appropriately. But of course, like anything like that, it can be taken too far. Let's see. It's funny because we're talking about, breathing in wood and wood fire and stuff like that. We're talking about the sauna stuff yesterday, I think in the podcast. Definitely not good to breathe in like wood smoke and stuff. It smells good though, right? I mean, I think cigars smell good, it smells good, but it doesn't mean that it's good for you to inhale it. Certainly things like cigarettes and stuff like that. I remember my friend used to smoke Newports, and my God, there's like fiberglass in that shit. 200, 300 chemicals. Oof, so bad. Scott Asher, Papa Swole, the average Joe doesn't see the grind and hard work behind the scenes. We don't see the hard times. How's life, Papa? I love you guys always checking in on me. Know that the Swole fam and others have your back. Thanks for what you do, dude. Thank you so much. Am I going to sneeze? Hold on. Very nice. Yeah, that was nice. Yow. I sneezed because I wanted to mask the fact that I'm crying. Come on, stop whining. Sorry. Life's good. Life is good. The puppers are healthy. Things are going well. It's just, there's a lot of stuff that we're trying to work on. I think there's something especially to be said for entrepreneurship and owning your own business. Like it's never enough, especially when it's something so psychological. You're always thinking about the next thing. And that's a good and a bad thing. I don't really think it's bad. I think it's necessary, but the work is never done. So I think with a lot of things that you are passionate about, that you enjoy, like I enjoy doing this. I enjoy training. I enjoy thinking and processing and playing the psychology games of social media and algorithms and stuff like that. It's very fascinating to me. But at the same time, when you're never satisfied, you have to I spend a lot of time thinking. I spend a lot of time just, I read books and I listen to podcasts all the time, and I'm always thinking. And things like cold plunge and sauna and just working out allows me to think. A lot of times I just do it with no music on and I'm just going, in my head, just, working out stuff while I'm training. And training allows for a lot of clarity, a lot of getting rid of nervous energy, and allows me to think clearly about a lot of things. But one of the biggest lessons I've learned is you have to learn to be satisfied. It doesn't mean that you're not hungry, doesn't mean you're not developing, doesn't mean you're not pushing. But when the work is never done, how do you feel? Like, how do you make it through? Because there's a period where you have to maybe grind harder and push harder to get things going, to get momentum. But you also have to, there's only so much time in a day. You have to look into the future. You can't do everything at once. You can't do everything yourself. So there's a lot of things, that you have to constantly work through in order to be hungry, stay consistent, but also have like a quiet satisfaction, understand that, this is why the 7 pillars are great, because it gives you like that daily checklist. I did it today. And point being, if you enjoy the journey and the process of doing it, then just doing it is exciting. You're not always just looking for an end goal. Same thing with losing weight or the numbers on the scale. That's not satisfying. You think it will be, but it's not. It's like trying to make more money. Like actually, if I make a little bit more money, if I make X amount, if I have X times 2 or X times 3, I'll be happier. It doesn't work like that. Same thing with weight loss or muscle building. You build a little bit more, you think you'll be happier when you get to like 185. And then when you get to 190, I'll be happier. 195, I'll be satisfied. When I'll lift, 300 or 320, I'll be happy. 350. It's cool to have those goals, but you need to be satisfied with the work and the consistency and other aspects of it that you can maintain for a long period of time, because those other types of goals are going to be, they're going to fall short and it's not going to keep you satisfied. And this is why with the podcast, doing the podcast every day, that's the most important thing of what I do every day. I train, I do the podcast, like every day. It's like, boom. Sometimes it gets cut off. Sometimes the internet is fucking wonky, or they censor me or throttle the speeds and shit like that. But we're doing the show. It's consistent every day. Every day is going to be different, but if you are hitting the nail over and over again and putting in the work and putting your best effort, then you're going to make progress over time. And the average Joe, most people don't know the grind. They don't know the grind. They don't know. They see the tip of the iceberg, right? They don't see all the hard work that goes, below it. Takes years to become an overnight success. So people, and I kind of like it that way. A lot of people on TikTok are like, what do you do? What do you do for work? They don't know what I do. They see me on TikTok, like, oh, you got a few million followers and you make videos. They don't know that, we have like 10 media channels with podcasts and hours of content, all this stuff behind the scenes, and Swolenormous X and apparel. And I expect them to. They're going to see a little flash and they're going to think I'm a dick, or they're going to like it, or they're going to see one thing. And I'm not expecting people to understand. It doesn't matter. All I want to do is get the message across, have a good time, make some sick fucking gains. Right, fam? Let's have a good time and make some fucking gains. God damn it. Positive charisma. Do you use or wear synthetic fabrics? Try to avoid them. Try to avoid them. 100% cotton or wool, like 100% organic cotton and wool for bedding, for towels, for shower curtains, for shorts. Every once in a while you have like a shirt that has like 50% or something polyester. When you try to avoid polyester and shit like that, it's like garbage products and food and sugar. It's fucking in everything. It's in everything. And when you look for things that are cotton or that are wool, you're like, Jesus Christ, that's expensive as shit. Shocker. They use cheap fucking plastics and stuff, and they put it in that off gas in our houses. But do the best that you can. The products exist out there. You might pay more for it up front, but it's benefiting for your health. And it adds up, right? And I'm not saying everything has to be. You're going to have, there's some plastic here, and there's plastic on my stream decks and stuff. But a lot of these things don't off gas. They don't break down into the air. That'd be weird. I came in like my stream deck was like breaking down. But when you have like dog beds, or you have other things, like it's really hard to find ones that are, different types. There's different types of fabrics. There's different types of plastics. So do I wear, I try not to use any of that stuff. And we use glass for everything, glass or wood or bamboo, cast iron, no plastics, no Teflon or any of that shit. Liquids in glass or stainless steel. Grizzly, what would be a good age to start taking TRT? It depends on your testosterone levels. I don't think it matters. I think if you have terrible health, or, you trash yourself and you're really young, you might need it younger because you cause so much damage already to your body. And I think you could also be in your 40s and not need it yet. It just has to be, it just comes down to what your levels are. And if you start, falling lower on that range, then you could start taking it. So it's different for every individual. For example, my testosterone is going to be a lot better than a lot of people my age, because most people are fucking unhealthy as shit. So it really depends. And I've talked about this. Like, I'll let you guys know if I start doing it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not taking it. Like, you'll probably fucking know. People already think that I'm taking steroids. So what would be the difference? But if I do hop on that, I'd be like, yeah, I just started. By the way, I'm like, hey, first day of doing, nothing to hide. It's going to go down eventually, but I do the best that I can to eat and to recover and sauna and plunge and quality sleep and training to keep my natural levels high, because, you know, you have to, once you start doing that, you're on that forever. So I want to make sure that then that is like that's kind of like the point of no return. It's like, all right, if I'm going to start doing that, then that's that. But probably soon. I mean, this is going to be the decade. I'm going to be 40 this coming year. So that's going to be the time, I'm sure, at some point. Not against it. You're going to have to go to your doctor and do all that stuff. Let's see. Polywolf89 on Twitch. Ooh, Twitch in the house. Hey, Papa, I'm trying to introduce organ meats, starting with liver. I recommend you start with.
Because
the best organ to start with. Okay, I'm joking, kind of. But I'm having a hard time adapting to the iron aftertaste. Any suggestions to help get used to that? By eating it more. Like, as you go through, you'll get used to it a little bit more. It's just because you didn't grow up eating it, so it seems weird. It's just very, very nutrient dense, and yes, it's high in iron. So maybe you want to just put some salt on it. You could put a little bit of maple syrup or honey or something on it, but I never do. I eat it raw, and it's and you don't need that much. So for me, the aftertaste is just irrelevant to how simple it is to eat and how quick it is. And I'm not sitting there eating it enough to worry about aftertaste. Taste never mattered to me. If it's something that's really good for me, I eat it and just deal with it and learn to like it. Just psychologically think like this is so nutrient dense. It tastes like that. And you just have to like train your brain to think it's good, to like associate that with a good thing. The reason why it tastes so different is because we eat such nutrient void food that our bodies are not accustomed to getting something that's nutrient dense. That's how fucked up it is. Oh my God, it tastes so much iron. It's like, oh my, your body's finally getting nutrients. It's like, oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that in my food? It's so nutrient dense. So nutrient dense, it actually tastes fucking weird, right? Yeah. Matthew, a lot of places are 21 for tobacco. Oh yeah? Well, that's good. Yeah, I didn't know. I'm old. It used to be 18 or something, right? Yeah. All right, so it's 21. Oh, we are scrolling back. I didn't realize how many more comments. Do you still, Papa Swole, do you still stand by eating less and moving more? Did I ever stand by that? I mean, you can eat less and move more. I don't think that's sustainable or smart. Food quality over quantity. Stop counting calories, eat better foods, and you'll navigate in the right direction. Let's see. Doing like calorie restriction, it's not smart. It really isn't. Most people are doing calorie restriction with poor food choices. So that's why they feel starved, because they're eating even less of nutrient dense foods. They're eating like nutrient void foods already. Now they're eating less of those foods. So then they're really starved and they binge eat. Let's see here. Yeah, I just eat it raw, so I don't really worry about the taste when it comes to liver. Okay, let's get into some balls dizzy. That's deep. Yeah, no liver shits. No liver shits. Check yourself. We don't want liver shits. If you don't know, now you know. All right. Remember, we got some new drops over there at papasawyer.com. Check out the Luke Swole Walker. May the swole be with you. Great fucking shirt. And of course, we also have GTTFG, the awesome mosaic beard logo. This is fucking lit. Great designs over there. papasawyer.com. Cop yourself some epic merch. And let's get into some balls deep. What we got here? We got a couple videos. Oh my God, we got a couple videos. Are these all today? Horrifying, 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 horrifying. These are all horrifying. All right, this one's really short. This is titled Health at Every Size. Shocker. Is this the Shira Rose? Remember that person's name? Let's see what we got here. All right, shitpost time. It's 12 seconds, so let's bang this one out. That's what she said.
Health at every size, aka treating all humans with respect and dignity, no matter their size, is not extreme. Your fat phobia, on the other hand.
I'm going to call bullshit on...
That's fucking bullshit.
Health at every size. You ready for this? AKA treating all humans with respect and dignity. All right, so you're just like, what? Someone was not nice to you? That's not what health at every size means. You cannot be healthy at every size. That's just nonsensical. So just because your feelings, just because you're uber sensitive, just because you didn't grow up playing Halo 2 online doesn't mean that we have to change science to fit your fifis. All right, let's do this one. Oh God, it's called mid-size. One more. We got a couple more. Here we go. All right, let's shake this fucking. It's balls deep, fishes. Mid-size. We got a minivan on our hands now.
I thought this was helpful information. It says,
who?
The only creators and bloggers I follow who call themselves mid-size are usually between an XL to a 1X and are on the cusp between straight and plus sizes. As a plus-size woman and as someone who has an interest in fashion, I'd argue that this is the correct interpretation of mid-size. Someone who wears a size medium is not mid-size. They are straight-sized.
Oh, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Oh, damn. Oh, my God. All right. If I hear the term straight-sized again, I don't know. I might punch myself in the dick. Straight-sized doesn't exist. Like, straight-sized. Why does everything have to be sexual? Straight-sized. You mean not morbidly obese? You mean not fat? You mean human? Human-sized? Human-sized. Human-sized. Straight-sized. You know, it's funny. I just moved mid-size to like the archive folder and it says a folder item named mid-size already exists. There's so many of these fucking stupid videos. You already have a video called mid-size. Why do I have a video called mid-size already? Why are there so many of them? Why are there so many? Why is there more than one? Why is there one? Why is there one? Alpha Flaws, why are you so obsessed with talking about overweight people? I'm uncovering stupid shit. They just happen to always be promoting obesity. People that are promoting, and this is rare. We don't have a lot of people that disagree on the show or whatever. I'm not obsessed. This is the antithesis of our message of the 7 pillars and self-improvement and taking care of your health. When you have people that are promoting obesity, justifying morbidity, justifying and trying to alter language in order to promote death and disease to our population, it deserves to be laughed at, mocked relentlessly, and exposed. A lot of people don't see this shit. So it's important for people to understand what is out there. And it's one thing to guide people and to help people lose extra body fat and get healthier, because some people want to, but a lot more people are actually pushing in the opposite direction. They're promoting it as if it's something virtuous and something to be desired. And it's a complete sham and it's a scam. And it's much more prevalent than many people realize. And we will continue to do so. It's going to get worse. All this leftist shit. It's actually not true. I was wondering because every time I join your stream, it's all you're talking about. It's not. You just happen to tune in during the balls deep portion. Actually, the vast majority of the show is actually talking about or answering questions or talking about Swole fan posts, people that are fucking crushing it. So you should join earlier. Why you always join at the end? That's why it's called balls deep, because the balls are slapping and it's just chaos. It's chaos because we're about to bust. All right, here we go. Let's do another one. All right, this one's for you, Alpha. Let's talk about stupid fat people again.
What's in the box?
And by the way, they're not all fat. They're not all fat. And the reason why it's usually fat women is like we always pose the question ourselves, right? We always pose the question. Like, we don't even know. Like, why is it always fucking women? I'm waiting for, and I'm telling you, an Alpha. I know, I appreciate it. I'm a fan of your shorts. Thank you. I encourage anyone that's listening or watching, find me a fat positive man. Someone. Send us the video. Send us the video so we could have it on the show or post it. Where's the fat positive men? Where's like a straight, not a gay man? Like, where's a straight heterosexual? I mean, where are they? Men say dumb stuff too, but it's just not about like, it's not hardcore delusion about, obesity. Just waiting for it. Waiting, where? We're waiting. I'm eager. But we'll talk about dumb shit, like no matter where it goes. Sometimes we'll do news stories and stuff, but anyone that's stupid, especially in the realm of like fitness and health. It just is what it is.
Ding, ding, ding. This is the fat phobic part right here.
So you have people saying fat phobia. No men are talking about fat phobia. No men. All right. Yeah, this is what your kids are seeing. This is what's out there. So she's responding to a comment that says, exactly now you think obese people have healthy eating habits? And she's saying this is the fat phobic part right here. They don't. That's why they're fucking fat. Jesus Christ.
Ding, ding, ding. This is the fat phobic part right here.
It's not.
The fact that you assume that if someone's obese or fat, that they're not eating healthy.
No shit.
That's the fat phobic part.
No, that's called 2 + 2 = 4. That's called 2 + 2 = 4. It's called logic, common sense, and cause and effect. Someone that's obese is not going to be obese if they're actually taking care of their health. They might think, if you think like a fucking eating a salad is going to do it, then that's why you're obese. You're not doing it right. And it's okay to not do it right. It's okay. A lot of people do a lot of things wrong. It's very common to fail and to fail repeatedly until you're successful. It just is the way it is. It is. It's just the situation. You don't have healthy eating habits. And it's also important too. It's also important too. So getting back to what who was it? Alpha or whoever was talking about that. We do have a lot of people that listen to the show and watch the show that are obese or morbidly obese. And it's like we talk about this all the time. Okay, so why do some people listen to this content and listen to the show and get the message and some people don't? How come some people that are obese understand that they're obese and they make positive changes and they do the best that they can and they're not offended by it? And how come other people are? So obviously there's a disconnect. Of course, everyone's experience in life is different. And a lot of people are, with whatever, however they grew up and whatever shaped their identity and X, Y, and Z. But there are people that have a logical and objective view of reality. And the other people that try to shape it and protect themselves and project their insecurities and shift the blame and avoid personal responsibility for where they are in their life. There are a lot of things that happen to you in your life that you cannot control, but that doesn't take away your responsibility for making positive changes now. And it's very important. And one of the things I'm most proud of when it comes to the podcast or any of the content is that I get messages all the time for people saying like, I used to think like this. I used to think that this was a good thing. I used to believe in, how many of you, there are a lot of people that used to think body positivity, or they started hearing about it and started thinking, they started thinking that way, or they were almost susceptible to body positive or health at every size or any of these bullshit trends. And then they came across some of my content and kind of snapped them out of it. That's some of the most powerful shit that I hear when I get messages, because it saves people's lives. It prevents them from going down a dark path of just essentially giving up, justifying their poor habits, and blaming everyone else for their fucking problems. That's a huge problem. That's a huge issue. It just happens that this kind of stuff when it comes to, because most of what we do is 7 pillars. I'll talk about anything and everything. People tell me sometimes to stay in my lane, but I built the fucking highway. I'll talk about what I want when I want, and I'll voice my opinion on anything that I please. You don't have to like it or listen. So I appreciate those that do, but you don't have to. You don't have to agree with everything I say. I probably don't even agree with everything that I say. I say a lot of shit, and I have a lot of fun, and I laugh at things, and I have a sick sense of humor. But that's subjective. I like my sense of humor, and I like laughing at things that deserve to be laughed at. And if you can't handle it, then you probably shouldn't be on the internet. And yeah, anyway, that's that. But of course, we focus more on fitness and lifestyle and health and stuff, just because that's what we focus on. You know, that's where. But focusing on the 7 pillars gives you that foundation to improve things like your business, like your spiritual health, your mental health, your relationships. Like the 7 pillars give you that structure and give you that framework that can lead into so many other areas of your life. But it really comes down to the logic, common sense, personal responsibility, the desire for development, for truth, but you have to think critically. You have to think for yourself. And when you're thinking critically and thinking for yourself, when you start doing that and you start seeing the world the way it actually is rather than what people tell you it is, once you step outside, it's shocking how many people just go along with the current. But it's like a flood, right? Some people, when you see the floods like in India and these horrifying, where cars are being washed away, some people get saved. Some people get off to the sides. Most things and most people get washed away. And this is like the same kind of current that happens with our mainstream media. Most people get swept up. Most people just go along with the flow because it's easier. It's easier just to not think for yourself. And you're also programmed to. You're taught this in school. You're told what to repeat. You're told what to think rather than how to think. You're not inspired to learn more and to educate. You're actually discouraged because you're taught such nauseatingly boring bullshit that's irrelevant to life, period. Kids just have this understanding that this is worthless. And I had that in school. You just know deep down, it's like, you're bored because you're bored because it's irrelevant. You're bored with things. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be taught things that are boring or perceivably boring, because it could be valuable, but most is not valuable. And if it was valuable and interesting, then kids would pay attention. Anyway, it starts young, and you're not taught how to think. You're taught what to think, blah, blah, blah. So once you step outside, you realize how fucked up everything is. And like in my position, I just get used to people not agreeing. I'm used to people thinking I'm an asshole. I'm used to people, and I'm fine with it. I'm used to people just not taking action. I'm just used to it, and I'm over it. So I'll blast you. I'll slap you with knowledge cock. And if you don't want to do anything about it, then don't. Move along. Keep on moving. We'll find someone else that does. It's just, most people don't want to change. Most people don't want to know the truth. And that I think is a disappointing thing that I've learned since doing this. Doing podcasts, doing content, is most people don't want to. They don't. Many people say they do, but they don't. And it's just very disappointing. I won't say discouraging, because I'm not going to stop, but it's disappointing how many people are just full of shit. And you think like, oh, you think people want, it's very easy for you to think that people think the way you do, because you don't have any other perspective than the way you think. So, and I learned that very quickly, like to give someone information. And a lot of you do this, right? A lot of you do this. You have an experience with the Swole family, the 7 pillars, or nutrition or training, and it blows your mind, right? You got swole pilled. Oh my God, if I get rid of these foods, all of a sudden my allergy, I had, migraines for 30 fucking years drinking milk. And oh my God, I got rid of processed milk and pasteurized milk. And all of a sudden my headaches went away, and you want to tell the world this makes a huge difference. And then you realize no one fucking cares. No one wants to hear the truth. And I think that's a very disheartening thing. And it's very easy for you to go to people that you care about, or people in your circle, and for them to not be receptive. And then for people just to go back like, oh, okay. And to go along with it because they don't want conflict. Because most people can't avoid conflict because their job is on the line, or their family and friends, and they're insecure. They don't really know who they are. So they have to hold on to a lot of shitty people in their environment, but when you're independent and you're able to grow and think for yourself, you care less and less about other people's opinions, and you can plant your flag, and people can say whatever they want, just bounces off you because you know what you're about. You know you've built that fortification. You've been following the 7 pillars. You've been developing yourself. You've been thinking for yourself, and you know, because you put in the work and the research and the evidence is clear to you. So you're more and more confident with your own opinions, but most people aren't confident with their own opinions because they have none. They don't have any opinions because they don't know how to think for themselves. They have other people's opinions. They heard something on CNN and they just say it back. They heard something on a podcast, they just spit it back. They haven't applied anything. They don't really know why. With the environment. And they don't know why. But climate change, they don't know what they're talking about. They just parrot something without understanding any of the consequences, any of the depth behind it. They just don't want, it's disappointing. And it's more disappointing when it's people that are close to you that you have respect for, you had respect for, and you would think like, oh my God, this is my best friend, or this is my parents, or this is my wife or my husband. Like, I just found out great information. I want to share it with someone that I love. And that's usually the first reaction. I want to share this with someone that I love because I care about them. So I want them to have this amazing information too. And they don't want to hear it. They don't act on it. And you're like, oh my God, that person is not who I thought they were. And that can be that could be a splash of cold water, and that can break relationships really easy and break trust and respect. And it doesn't come back. Very upset. It's very just, again, that was a long rant, but I forget where that started from or where that came from. But yeah, that was good. I forget where it started, but now we're here. Let's close this off with, that's a good place to, actually, you know what? We're going to end it with that. I'm not going to play another video. That's good. All right, let's give away today's Swole card. Excellent. Hit the like button, share the stream. Hope you enjoy the podcast. And of course, if you're listening, you have a little Swolosophy before today's episode. Let's fucking go. Let's see what we got here. Swoler every day. Let's fucking do it. Swoler every day. Swoler every day. Drop that in the comments down below. What a rant. That felt good. It felt good. Let's see. Frank, it's funny. When I first started listening to your content, I Googled elimination diet and other things you said and verified the information. That's great. That's fantastic. As you should. Don't trust, verify. You shouldn't just arbitrarily trust me, but if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know. If I do know something from experience, I'll tell you I know. And from my experience, not everything that works for me might work exactly the way for you, but I guarantee most of the things are going to open your eyes to a lot of ways for you to improve yourself. Let's see here. Swole every day. All right, let's do it. Let's get a little Tainty Man first. Let's close it off with a little taint. Very nice. I love how bashful he is. He just kind of tucks his tail and keeps us from that sweet, sweet taint. Good boy. That's a good boy. That's a sexy man. Sexy man right there. All right, let's give away today's Swole card. Falcon, kick it off. Sick fucking games, sick fucking games, sick fucking games, sick fucking games, sick fucking games. Swoler every day, 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 scrolling, swoler every day, scrolling, swoler every day. Missed another one. Scrolling every day, scrolling every day, scrolling every day, scrolling every day, swoler every day, cause I'm scrolling every day, cause I'm swoler every fucking day. Did you guys drop this shit? We got a winner! Joe Frosty Balls! Congratulations! Your balls are frosty. I saw that when we were live. I saw the hashtags. How'd it take so long to fucking land on one? Congratulations, Joe. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 24 Schwenty in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the motherfucking email. Congratulations. Always frosty. Why are your balls frosty? Are they cold? Or do you have an affinity for processed sugar. Don't answer that. I changed my mind. Answer that. I told Mama Swolio because I was making coffee today and there wasn't enough. There was only one bag of coffee left in the cabinet. I told her she had to go shopping because we're on the verge of a coffee famine. Fact, coffee famine. The coffee famine is real. And then she just sent me a message saying, like, after yoga, I can do a Whole Foods run since we're on the verge of a coffee famine. It's like, goddamn right, woman. Goddamn right. Coffee famine is real. Go get me some food. Yeah. It's an emergency. It's an emergency.
We choose truth over facts. I got hairy legs.
I'm a fair guy, but this heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Let's get the chug. The belly rubs. Oh. Belly rubs. Hold on, one hand. Down, down, down. Oh, the belly rubs. Oh, that's such a cute little belly. Oh, baby girl. Hold on, baby. Piano cock time. Very nice. Hey-oh, hey-oh. Dangle, dangle, dangle. All right, let's bring this bad boy home, fam. Ooh, I just see that guy. Diversity, one of the best soundboards, one of my favorite
ones.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe Diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Ah, he's right. Fam, join us at swolenormousx.com, and I appreciate everyone being here, whether you like the content, whether you hate the content. Weird if you're here and you dislike it, but we will keep on fighting for fitness, fighting for logic and common sense every fucking day. Go enjoy the rest of yours. Go to the fucking gym. Make some sick fucking gains. We'll see you tomorrow for 24 Schwam. My God, every fucking day. Peace, McGee's, deuce, Magoose. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my